you guys ever tried making your own crepes? I always thought they looked amazing, but I thought they would be really difficult. Turns out they're really not that hard. They just take a little bit of time to put together. Hey friends, welcome back to Harvest Moon Farm. My name is Mickey. If this is your first visit to my channel, if it is, welcome. And I tend to focus here on homesteading activities. Right now we're doing a lot of cooking and baking and prepping for the holidays. But today we are going to make some strawberry cream crepes. So I found this recipe in a Taste of Home monthly, I don't know, I used to get a monthly subscription. My stepmom had bought it for me years and years ago, and I found this in one of them. And I tried it one day and the entire family loved them. So I will go ahead and link this recipe in the description box so you guys can give it a try if you'd like. First thing we need to do is put together our crepe batter, and then we need to let that sit for an hour. So we're going to start with 1.5 cups of milk. Three large eggs. So I'm going to go ahead and crack them into here just in case. These are our chicken eggs, and I want to make sure I didn't get any shell in there, which I think I just did. Oh no, that's not shell. Okay. So there's one. And there's 3. Okay, this recipe actually calls for lemon extract, which I do not have. No, I don't have any. We're going to add now 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 1.25 cups of flour, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. So let me get the butter melting. Okay, so here is 2 tablespoons of melted butter. We're going to add that to our milk and egg. We're going to add 1.25 cups of flour. So there's 1.25. 2 tablespoons of sugar. And just a dash of salt. There we go. So we're just going to whisk this together until it's well mixed. You don't want to have any lumps of flour because then our crepes will be, they'll have lumps in them. Ooh. Okay. So here's how this looks. It's very thin, but it is all mixed. So now I'm just going to cover this with some plastic. Actually, I think I have one of those plastic lid covers that will fit on this bowl. Yep, there we go. And then we're just going to stick this in the refrigerator for an hour. And after our hour's up, we'll come back and we'll start making our actual crepes. We've had our batter in the fridge for an hour. And so now we're going to take, oh my gosh, I can't get this lid off. Holy cow. Oh, wow, I really can't get this lid off. Oh my goodness. Oh. Wow, I've never had that much trouble taking a lid off a can of spray before. So we're gonna spray the bottom of our pan, and we want to heat it over medium heat. We're gonna get this pan hot over medium heat, and then we're gonna put just a couple tablespoons of batter. I don't know why I keep saying dough, of batter in our skillet. And I don't think that's quite enough. These will be very thin, and that's what you want. And then you just want to kind of turn your pan around like this so that your batter is spreading over the whole pan. And I might not have let this first one get hot enough. I'm going to go ahead and whisk up this batter one more time and make sure we don't have any lumps, because it looks like I see a couple little pieces in this one I just poured in the pan. So you just want to cook this until the top of this starts looking dry. And I think I should have let this pan heat up a little bit more before I just started this. Because it should only take about 15 or 20 seconds. This is taking longer because I think my pan is not hot enough. So I can see it starting to dry out. Not sure how well you can see that. Like right on this side here, it's drying up just a little bit. And so once it's dry, then we want to go ahead and turn it. So these are very, very thin. And then we want to cook it on the other side another 15 or 20 seconds. And I think my pan, I also put a little bit too much spray in there. It needs to be a little bit lighter spray. It's been several years since I made these. And then we're just going to put them, on our rack to cool. Same thing, we're just going to kind of spin this dough around on here. I'm not sure why I keep saying dough, but I do see some more clumps. And now that our pan's hot, it's going to cook a lot faster. And I can see it's getting dry on the edges, which is what we want. There we go. This one looks a lot better than that one that has had too much grease in the pan. When the kids were a little younger, I think this was before we had any grandkids, we started something where once a month we met as a family and the kids all took turns picking what they wanted for dinner, and then we made it together, had it, and then we played games and played cards and whatever. It was really fun. And I think our oldest picked breakfast for dinner, and so we made some crepes, and then, you know, sausage and eggs and bacon and potatoes and all the other fun stuff. That might have been the last time that I made these, and that was more than 10 years ago probably. And I'm trying to remember how I turned these before. Oops, I don't remember what I did, because it can be a little difficult to turn them without tearing them. So you have to be kind of careful because they're thin, which of course is what we want. That one's a little thicker than it needed to be. And I've got a couple holes in this one. So you want to try to avoid that as much as you can because you don't want your filling leaking out. So I'm going to go ahead and finish frying up all of our crepes, and then once they cool, then I'm going to stack them separated with either parchment paper or wax paper in a stack, and then we're going to go ahead and make the filling and the topping and get all that ready.
So here I've got some strawberries that I bought at the store, and so all I'm doing is I'm cutting off the leaves at the top, and then I'm cutting them in slices. Some of the bigger strawberries I've cut in half so that the pieces won't be quite so big. But we need to end up with about 4 cups of sliced strawberries. So I'm just going through, I did not measure it, I just kind of eyeballed it. It seems to work out fine. I'm on the phone with my daughter-in-law right now, so that's why you can see me talking. So I just cut up all these strawberries, and then we're going to set those to the side, and then we will be moving on to the rest of our ingredients to make the topping for our crepes.
Next thing we're going to do is put together our topping. So for our topping, we need 1/2 cup of sugar, two tablespoons of cornstarch, a tablespoon of lemon juice, 3/4 cup of water, and some strawberry extract. So there's our water, and we need 1 teaspoon of the strawberry extract. The recipe also says that you can use 1/4 teaspoon of red food coloring if you want this to be a brighter red. I don't think that we need to add that food coloring, so we're going to add a teaspoon of our extract. You want to put this on medium heat, and we're just going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to cook it and stir it once it's boiling for 1 minute or until it has really thickened up. So this is boiling and it's really starting to thicken up. So now that it's thick, I'm going to take it off of the heat. We're going to let it cool a little bit, and then we'll add our 4 cups of strawberries that we sliced up earlier. While our strawberry gel mixture is cooling, we're going to go ahead and start making up our filling. So we need 1 cup of heavy cream, we're going to put it in our stand mixer, and we're just going to let that mix until we start seeing really stiff peaks in the cream. Okay, so we've got our cream is nice and whipped up now. So I'm going to put it in a different bowl because we're going to use our mixer to mix up the cream cheese portion of this filling. Whoops. for the rest of our mixture, we need 8 ounces of cream cheese, and this has been softening on my counter all morning. I'm gonna put that in there. A teaspoon of vanilla. And 2 cups of powdered sugar. And then we're going to just let this blend up until it's nice and smooth. What we're going to do now is take that whipped cream and we're just going to fold it in. Just going to stir this in fairly gently. So my plan today is my husband and I are having breakfast for dinner. So we're going to have our crepes. And I got some sausage out to thaw that we bought from our friends from their hog. And then if my husband wants eggs or something like that, I'll go ahead and make some. But right now, I am going to make a couple of these and give them a try. I would hate to poison him, right? So I need to try them. So I'm just gonna make a couple, and then I'm gonna put everything else in the refrigerator until dinner tonight, and then I'll get them back out and make them when we're ready to eat. So this is cooled down. We're going to add our strawberries. And I'm just going to stir them into this filling mixture that we made earlier with the sugar and cornstarch. It smells amazing. Now, this would obviously be better with fresh picked strawberries from your garden, but it's November, so I'm not likely to get fresh strawberries in my garden in November in the United States. Ooh, dropped a strawberry. Should taste it. Yummy. Even though it's November, these strawberries actually have decent flavor. Okay, so what we're going to do with these, we're going to take 2 rounded tablespoons of our filling and put it in each one of our little crepes, just like that. This one was one of mine that kind of didn't come out exactly perfect, and so I'll eat that one. This one looks a little better. So I'm going to set those on the plate, and then I'm going to top them with the strawberries. Just like that. You could always do then a little sprinkle of powdered sugar across the top of all this and would make it look really pretty. But I'm just gonna give these a try. Just as amazing as I remember. Okay, so those are gonna be my breakfast / brunch this morning. And I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me while we made these. As I said, I will go ahead and link that recipe in the description box so you guys can give it a try if you'd like. If you guys like this video, if you'd please hit the like button, I would really appreciate it. If you have any ideas for ways to make these better, or if you've made a different recipe that you really love, let me know in the comments. Also, if you have ever been curious about starting your own blog or your own YouTube channel, Or if you have one going now, but you just like a little, some more tips or things, Lisa from Farmhouse on Boone has given me a discount code for you. I'm going to go ahead and drop that in the description box as well, right at the top. So if you guys are interested, you can go take a look at that. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.